Hello and welcome to Vision Academy. In this video, we are going to learn nested if statement in C programming. Nested if statement means one if statement is enclosed within another if statement is called nested if statement. Now, let us begin with syntax. That is the general form of writing nested if statement. Here, I'm going to write if, and inside the round bracket, I'm going to write condition number 1, and now I'm going to write another if condition number 2. Now if this condition number 2 is true, then statement number 1 will get executed. If this condition 2 is false, then else part statement 2 will get executed. What is going to happen if the condition 1 itself is false? Then else if condition 3 will be checked. If this is true, then statement number 3 will get executed. If this condition 3 is false, then else statement number 4 will get executed. Here you can see one if else is enclosed or embedded within another if else if statement. So such statements are called nested if statement. If the first condition is true and the second condition is also true, then statement number 1 will get executed. If condition 1 is true and condition 2 is false, in that situation statement 2 will get executed. If condition 1 itself is false, then control directly jumps to else if condition number 3 will be checked. If it is true, then statement number 3 will get executed. If condition 3 is false, then else part statement 4 will get executed. Now let us draw a flow chart. Now I'm going to write flow chart. So down arrow mark, and now we are going to write first condition. I'll write is condition 1 question mark, and condition should be represented in the form of rhombus. I'm going to draw a rhombus for this. If condition 1 is true, then the second condition has to be checked. Here I'm going to write if this is true, then condition 2 is to be checked. I'm going to write is condition 2. Again we are going to draw rhombus for condition number 2. If it is returning true value, you can just look at this. If condition 1 is true and condition 2 is also true, in that situation statement number 1 will get executed. Here I'm going to write statement 1. To put it in a rectangular box. What is going to happen if condition number 2 is false? Then statement number 2 will get executed. So here I'm going to write if it is returning false value, then statement number 2 must get executed. Put it in a rectangular box. What is going to happen if condition 1 itself is false? Directly control jumps to else if condition 3. Here I'm going to write if condition 1 is false, then we have to check out condition number 3. Here I'm going to write is condition 3 question mark, and for this we are going to draw a rhombus. Here if condition 3 is true, I'm going to write if it is true, then statement 3 must get executed. I'm going to write here statement 3 and put it in a rectangular box. What is going to happen if condition 3 is false? It is going to return statement number 4. Here I'm going to write if it is false, then statement 4 will get executed, and put this one also in a rectangular box. Yes. Now, after executing any of these statements, if there are any next statements, those statements will get executed. Here I'm going to write the down arrow mark. I'm going to write it in a single line command. Write a program to find the greatest of three numbers. Now let us begin with the preprocessor directives. Hash include, and in Angular brace we are going to write standard input output .h header file. Next preprocessor directive is hash include, in Angular brace we are going to write console input output .h header file. Now we are going to write void main function, then curly open brace. Here we are going to declare all the necessary variables which are to be used in the program. Here we have to declare three variables. I'll write a comma b comma c, and I'll put semicolon. We can write clr scr, otherwise you can omit it. This is optional, which is used to clear the screen. Next, we will ask the user to enter three numbers by writing printf statement. I'm going to write printf in a double quotation mark. I'm going to write enter three numbers. So backward slash n, end the double quotation mark and put semicolon. Now we are going to receive the value of A, B, and C using scanf statement. In a double quotation mark, I'm going to write the format specifier %d, that indicates it is an integer type of data, %d and %d. End the double quotation mark, put comma, ampersand of A, comma, ampersand of B, comma, ampersand of C, and put a semicolon. So after receiving three values for the variables, we have to check out the condition. So if A is greater than B, if it is true, then we have to check out if A is greater than C. If this is also true, then it has to print A is the greatest. I'm going to write here in a printf statement, in a double quotation mark, I'm going to write %d is the greatest. So here end the double quotation mark, put comma, and write the variable A and put semicolon. What is going to happen if A is not greater than C? Then else part, printf C is largest, we have to print, correct? So here I'll write in a double quotation mark, %d is the greatest. End the double quotation mark, put comma, and here I have to write C is the greatest. So what is going to happen if the first condition itself is returning false value? Then we have to check the next condition. Else if B is greater than C, if it is true, then printf %d, B is the greatest. Here I'm going to write is the greatest, end the double quotation mark, and here I have to write the variable B and put semicolon. So if this condition is also false, then else part will get executed. Here I'm going to write printf in a double quotation mark, %d is the greatest, end the double quotation mark, comma, here we have to write variable C and put semicolon. Now I'm going to write get ch function and then curly closing brace that indicates it is a termination point of a main function. Now let us take an example. Here I'm going to write output. Once we compile and run this program, it will ask the user to enter three numbers. I'm going to write here enter three numbers. So just because of this /n, the cursor will come down to the next line and it is seeking some input from the user. So user has to input three values. For example, I'm going to enter 20, 10 and 30. So this 20 will be stored in a variable A and 10 will be stored in a variable B and this 30 will be stored in a variable C. Now we are going to check out this condition if A is greater than B. So what is A? 20 is greater than B is what? 10. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. Once it is true, we are going to check out the embedded condition. So next condition is if A is greater than C. So A is 20, C is 30. So whether 20 is greater than 30? No, it is false. If this condition is false, then automatically control transfers to the else part and it is going to print a C value. So what is the C value? 30. It is going to print C is the greatest. That is 30 is the greatest. 30 is the greatest. So you can jumble all these values and check out all of these conditions, how exactly control jumps from one statement to another statements you can check out. Now let us go for executing this particular program. Here you can see I have already written this program to save your time. Let us compile this program by pressing Alt F9. Here it is showing success, that indicates there is no syntax error. Let me press enter. Now let us run this program by pressing Control F9. Here it is asking the user to enter three numbers. I'm going to enter 20, 10 and then 30 and press enter. Here you can see it is showing 30 is the greatest.